everyone. So back again, just wanted to talk to you about this mindset change tool. As a leader, it's really important that we show up at the moment. It's really important that we bring positivity. It's really important that we help people see everything that's going on in a positive as possible light. I know that there is a lot of people saying that this is what needs to happen, but actually the practical application of how we do this as leaders is really, really important. And that's why I want to take you through this theory. So this is the Bono 6 thinking hats. It's a really old theory. It's got loads and loads of studies done on it. And actually I really, really like using this with clients to help them move their teams through a process to get to the point where they're able to be productive again. So let me talk you through the 6 hats quickly, tell you what they're about, and then we'll look at how you can actually use this with your team really practically right now. So you've got your white hat, which is your thinking hat, your fact hat, your yellow hat, which is your positive hat, black hat is your danger hat, green hat is your creative, your red hat is your emotional hat, and then your blue hat is your planning hat. Now, what you want to do is you want to be able to take your team through this journey. Now, a lot of people will use the hats in a variety of different orders. This is my favourite order, and this is the one I tell my leaders to use with their teams. The reason being is because I feel like this process gets them to change their mindset as well as the process. So let me talk to you about what this looks like. Now, if we take the fact of the matter, so say for instance, you are going to be working with your team, all of them have now ended up having to work remotely, and you need to find a good way in order to do this. So what we would do is we would get everybody on a video call, be that Skype or Zoom or whatever platform you use, and you would either let them interact via talking to each other or via the typing box, and ideally as the host you're going to have a piece of paper stuck to your wall that you can write on to capture everybody's thoughts. So the fact of the matter might be that everybody is now having to work remotely, and what we're going to do is we're going to go through this process to figure out how we're going to best do that. So the starting point would be get everybody in the group for 5-10 minutes to just focus on the positives. Now, this can be really difficult for people. So anytime people start to put a negative spin on something, you need to just stop them and ask them to reframe and focus on positives only. They will get a chance to air their concerns, but only positive first. And you're going to capture these thoughts for them. Once you've captured your list of positives, you're then going to start a new list, which will be what we call our danger list, so our black hat list. And this is where people can put up any concerns, any dangers that they see, any sort of critical things that might go wrong. And what I tend to find, if you do the yellow list first, followed by the black list is shorter. If you do the black list first and then the yellow list is shorter. So it's really important that you try and get your team to start with the positives and focus on that. So you've done your positive list, you've done your danger list, you've got both of those lists available for the team. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go on to your creative list. So this is where you take your negative, your black list, and you come up with a solution for every single item on that list. So if the team have got an item on that list to say that there might be a problem, then you're going to come up with a creative solution as a team as to what you can do. And you basically do not want to stop doing this until everything on the black list has got a solution. Now, some of these solutions might not be immediately possible to do, but every single item has to have a solution. That's really, really important for mindset change. You then go on to the emotion, so the red hat. Now, I know a number of people sort of park this hat and just use the other 5, but now more than ever, the emotion hat is really, really important. You need to get your team to focus on how they are feeling about the change. Ideally by this point, because they've done their positives, they've done their dangers, and they've done their creative, most people should be feeling better in themselves. However, if people are not, add their concerns to the blacklist. Go back to the green list and find solutions. Keep doing this until your team feel comfortable. That is a really important thing about mindset shift. You don't want to just leave them feeling unsettled. You want to help them work through that process. Once you've exhausted this back and forth and there is nothing more and everyone's feeling very settled and very comfortable, you then want to move on to the planning list. So your blue hat, your last piece of the puzzle. And this is going to be the piece where you pick the immediate high impact items off your creative green list and implement them. So you're going to come up with really practical ways of implementing these. You're going to assign people tasks. You're going to give people deadlines. You're going to set really, really clear, smart goals with everyone so they know exactly what they need to do. The key here is that you want to not only pick the big impacts, but pick a couple of quick wins as well. What are the quickest ways to get the team working and moving in the right direction? By going through this list with each different fact-based situation, it will help you reposition where your team are working at. So the first fact might be remote working. The second fact might be actually that you're not able to serve your customers the way you used to. And now we need to come up with new ways to service customers. For some of you, in your leadership positions, it'll actually be that your whole business has to change the way that it works. And actually you want to go through each of these elements with your team of people to bring them on this journey. This will help to stabilize the team. This will help to increase their well-being and their engagement in what's happening. This will help to give them a sense of security that actually the business is shifting and working and making something go forward for them and the business. So this is a really, really nice practical tool that you can use with your teams. Hopefully you find some use. Hopefully once you do this with your teams, you see a real benefit. Please comment below if you have used it with your teams and you've seen a success. Or if you haven't, drop down a question in the bottom in the comments around what didn't work and what help you need. And I'll be sure to get back to you. Good luck. Remember, stay positive, stay safe. Chat soon.